Welcome to the Unscrewed Mind, episode 50, and we're going to be talking about who is your biggest enemy.
Mm.
And it is someone you know very well. So, so this is our 50th episode, and we are super excited. I didn't know how we would get here or when we would get here. Weeks and months passed where we didn't even have one episode in
True.
the beginning, and we were talking about having episodes and never had episodes. Actually, we might want to say years. So, yeah, years passed because we always wanted to do it. We're going to be talking about who your biggest enemy is, and I'm sure anybody out there that is listening to this probably has a good idea who it is, but you may not know all of the ways that you actually are your biggest enemy.
True.
So the first one that I wanted to talk about is negative self-talk. So this is where you want to blame somebody else, but it's really just you. And repeating something that you've heard from somebody else, or feeling the discomfort that you felt when somebody else said something to you negative. And so, is that coming from that person, or is that coming from you? And it's 100% coming from you because you're the one that is having the feeling. You're the one that's having the reaction. You have the choice of being your biggest enemy or being your biggest supporter.
Hmm.
So rejecting and not listening to those things that are on the outside and listening to what's on the inside truly is what's most important for you. If you're on this journey, if you're wanting to manifest the things that you want, those things are blocked by the negativity that's inside your head. You're feeling that negative energy, and when negative energy is flowing, the things that you want are not flowing. There's nothing positive coming to you. You're going to get in situations with people that make you unhappy. You're going to see things that make you unhappy. You're going to do things that make you unhappy. Or you can completely shift that inner self talk, and then you'll start to see positive things happen. Good things will happen for you at work, good things will happen for you in your life. It's just truly amazing. And it sounds so simple, but I promise you there is more to it. It takes meditating. It takes constantly focusing on what your negative is and blocking it from you. I don't want you to concentrate on negative. I want you to realize what the negative is and move the negative out. And so I know for me, I was deeply plagued with negative thoughts, and I would take negative thoughts and make it fun. I mean, Matt knows me very well, and we both would love to go off on a negative rant about something, whether it was at
Hmm.
our job or about our life, or let me tell you how horrible this is. But when you're doing that, it's just repeating that negativity over and over again. So you need to cut it completely out of your life. Thoughts on that,
Yep.
Matt?
So my thoughts, and I had written down negative self-talk or negative attitude in general, and my whole kind of thought process around it is that thoughts are energy, and energy vibrates, and when you sit in a negative mindset constantly, all you're doing is sending these negative vibrations out into the universe, and then the universe is giving you back that negativity, and it's amplifying it because that's all you're concentrating on and that's all you're thinking about. So you're giving it, you're getting it back. And so the important thing is to turn those negative thoughts into positives, like you said, Rusty, and you do that through um, positive reinforcement, um, positive affirmations, changing the way you use the English language. You know what I mean? Like instead of saying you're sick, and like if someone asks you how you're doing, you say you're sick. Instead of saying I'm sick, say I'm healing. Like find the positive word to describe what you're going through instead of the negative word. And if you do that enough, you'll eventually change your attitude around 100%.
When people, and this goes back to the last episode, so if you haven't seen that episode, please check it out. But basically, just letting the judgment of others or judging others against you is something that's coming from within. So that's not on the outside of you. And your reaction is what people are wanting when they're saying something to you negative, or posting a negative comment, or whatever it is. The internet is a great place to hide, right? And so if you're going online and you're seeing stuff and you're judging yourself against those things, we talked about how social media is in the last episode. So just don't get caught up in the the constant stream of information and thinking that that is actual real life, and thinking that somebody saying something to you on the internet that you don't know is something that's factual or something that's groundbreaking or changing in your life. And so many of us fall into that trap. Personally, I haven't had any social media networks ever. I did have a Twitter account with 0 followers, or maybe 5 followers at one point, um, but never actually used it. I think I put a tweet out. I think I put tweet, or somebody tweeted. It's tweet,
Yeah.
but I think
Okay.
I put tweet, and that was it.
Yeah.
So never used it. Matt, I don't you. You're not like a big social media user throughout the years. You may have had it, but just didn't use it.
I've phased in and out, but obviously we have some for Unscrewed Mind. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah. You're talking about business versus personal, and
yeah.
definitely
Personal
not.
wise, not no, I don't use it very much.
Next part about who your biggest enemy is giving up, or roadblock. A roadblock comes along in your life and you are completely derailed from everything.
Hmm.
So this right now, if you're following this channel, or if you've seen some of our recent shorts, I am on a weight loss journey of hitting 265 pounds, or hitting my goal weight of 265 pounds. And roadblocks come up. And also, you may gain a little bit of weight one day, and you're like, how could I gain weight? I'm sticking to my diet, I'm doing everything that I should. What is happening? That's the first thing you think, is like, what did I do
Hmm.
wrong? But there's so many factors that come into play on even something like losing weight. You could have not drank enough water the day before, or if you exercised heavy the day before, maybe your body's holding on to more water because of that. So there's just
Hmm.
so many things. So, but people are quick to say, oh no, this isn't working, and to just go back to the way that they were. And so that is something that you have to manage. Just like a weight loss, you have to manage your thoughts about yourself. You have to manage thinking about roadblocks or a setback that comes in your life, and know that that is just a test that you need to overcome. And once you start
Or
overcoming those,
or it's an opportunity to learn. You know.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
for
because I
sure,
mean, I think every time we've hit a roadblock, um, we've learned a new way to do something, and then it's moved our content, or it's progressed our show, or it's caused us to do something different, and the end result is better. It's improved. You know.
for sure. Yeah, and it may be that you don't need to do that certain thing if it's something that's upsetting you, or if it's maybe you need to go about it from a different direction. And when I say these things, it seems like it's so simple. Like everything that I'm saying is just like, no kidding. There's no, like, how is this not like the most basic thing ever? But I
Hmm.
promise you, when you start realizing that you are doing all the things that I'm talking about, and you're the one that's setting yourself back, that's where the change happens. It is simple. There is not complexity in this. It is the fact that we bring complexity into it by hating ourselves, by negative thoughts about ourselves, and we just don't we don't just live a free lifestyle that is,
Hmm.
our society is beating us down. You need to have this car, you need to have this house, you need to have this to be happy, and everything that you get never changes your happiness level.
And what's crazy is like society puts a time stamp on when you should be able to accumulate these things. So it's not just you need to have them, it's you should have them by this point in your life. And the contrast between that expectation and where you're at just causes so many problems for people. And it doesn't have to be that way.
And you will, from what Matt just said, it sounds like that our society is our biggest enemy, but I'm still going to say that's enemy number two. Yourself and the way that you react to
Hmm.
those things is what really is the boil down. Because I know people that are completely locked up in it. They're feeding off of it. They're posting the videos. They're getting all of these dopamine hits by saying these things or showing these things online, and people saying, "Oh, that looks so neat. Oh, that's so great." But as soon as that post is ended, or as soon as that thing is over, they're right back to sad land. That they're no, they're not happy anymore.
That's how
And
I feel.
so,
Like that's how I feel when our YouTube shorts stop getting
oh
views.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm back in sad land.
So, anyway, message of the day is don't beat yourself up. Don't be your worst enemy. Know that you can do it. Know that you can overcome any kind of roadblock that's coming up to you, and just enjoy your life. Enjoy today, because nobody is guaranteed tomorrow. That's the main thing. So, get the goals written down. Get excited about them. They're coming. Know that they're coming, but enjoy today.
The Unscrewed Mind.